누구든 다시 믿어 backpacker 우리는 backpackers Yeah we the backpacker 내가 묻은 신발이 바래져도 backpacker 우리는 backpackers 출발은 언제나 겁없이 시작부터 맨발 내 눈에
Have you ever imagined your city slowly sinking while the ocean rises higher each year? This is not science fiction. This is what's happening right now in Thailand. So, in this video, I'm gonna talk about coastal and sea level rise in Thailand, one of the most serious climate change issues that's affecting Thailand, especially in Bangkok and Phuket. So, to understand the seriousness of coastal and sea level rise in Thailand, we need to look at how it started. Globally, sea levels have been rising steadily throughout the 20th century, about 1.8 millimeters per year. But in recent decades, that rate has almost doubled, mainly due to the climate change and melting of ice caps. In Bangkok, the problem began decades ago. Since the 1960s, over-extraction of groundwater has caused the land to sink. This is called land subsidence. By the 1980s, some parts of the city had already sunk more than 1.5 meters. Then, in 1995, one of the worst floods in Bangkok's history hit. This flood became the reference point for future flood modeling under sea level rise scenarios. Meanwhile, in Phuket, beach erosion was already a concern in the 1970s. By the late 1980s, some of the coastlines had retreated by as much as 500 meters due to waves, development, and tourism. In the 2000s, the government began using coastal protection structures such as seawalls, but unfortunately, some made the erosion worse in other areas. With more accurate tools like satellite imagery and flood simulation models, we can clearly see that both Bangkok and Phuket are at growing rates. It is built on the low-lying Chao Phraya Delta, just 0 to 4 meters above sea level. It's already suffering from frequent floods and things are getting worse. According to a study in the Hydrological Science journal, land subsidence from groundwater pumping is making things even more dangerous. In fact, Bangkok is sinking by up to 12 cm per year. The same study shows that with sea levels projected to rise up to 88 cm by 2100, flood areas in Bangkok could increase by 81% compared to 1995. That means more homes, more roads, and more people at risk. Meanwhile, down south in Phuket, erosion is already taking beaches away. In 2023, study using satellite data found that 8 out of the 33 beaches are eroding. Worst case sea level rise projections from the IPCC shows that by 2100, 32 beaches in Phuket may disappear completely. That's a bad news for tourism and the economy of the Thailand. So, what has Thailand done so far to fight back against rising seas and coastal damage? In Bangkok, the government has taken several steps to improve flood protection. One of the main strategies is the use of hydrodynamic modeling. This advanced system helps simulate flooding events and improve early warning and forecasting systems, especially during heavy rainfall and high tides. There are also urban planning initiatives to raise infrastructure above flood levels and improve drainage, including the construction of pumping stations in key areas. The city spends up to $20 million every year just to manage and control floodwaters. But despite all of this effort, the threat continues to grow due to both sea level rise and rapid urban development. In Phuket's efforts, where tourism and sandy beaches are everything, the government and local communities have tried various coastal protection structures. This includes seawalls, revetments, gabions, and geotextiles, which are meant to hold back the sea and reduce erosion. They also use model tools like CoastSat, which analyzes satellite images to track shoreline changes over time, and the Brown rule to estimate how much beach might be lost due to the rising seas. By 2019, about 65.2 kilometers of coastlines had been protected through these measures, but unfortunately, not all of them work well. In some areas, the structures actually made erosion worse nearby. Suggestion is nature-based solutions. Thailand should expand nature-based coastal defenses. Mangrove forests, for example, are natural wave breakers. They reduce storm surge and prevent erosion while also supporting biodiversity. Phuket and parts of the Bangkok once had thriving mangrove zones, but many have been cleared for development. Replanting this could offer long-term, low-cost protection. Second, improve land use and urban planning. We need smarter urban planning, especially in Bangkok. We should stop building in high-risk zones, reinforce setback zones from the coast, and design flood-resilient infrastructure like elevated walkways and floodable parks. Restricting deep groundwater pumping can also slow down Bangkok's land subsidence, which makes the city sink even faster than the sea rise. Third, community engagement and education. People need to be involved. Many coastal communities don't know how serious these risks are. Education campaigns in schools and local councils can raise awareness and prepare people for emergencies. We should also support local initiatives like fishermen in Samut Prakan who use bamboo walls to slow waves. It's a small solution with a big impact. First, smarter engineering, not just more walls. Not all seawalls are helpful. Poorly designed walls often move erosion further down the coast. Instead, Thailand should adopt adaptive infrastructure like adjustable floodgates or hybrid seawalls that work with natural features. Conclusions, sea level rise is not just about the ocean getting higher, it's also about homes underwater, livelihoods lost, and natural beauty erased. Bangkok is sinking, Phuket's beaches are vanishing, but if we act wisely and together, we can change the tide. So, what would you do to save Thailand's coast? Let me know in the comments. That's all from me. Thank you.